Hey there, guys. This is Ed, and welcome back to another edition for Cookies and Beer. And Happy New Year to you all. We're still at it in this holiday season to bring you out some cookie and beer pairings. Santa definitely may have come and gone, but it is still holiday season, and for me, that still means Christmas cookies, cookie season, what have you, whatever you want to call it. And then for this week, we're going to kind of branch back out on our cookie selection, a little bit out on the beer selection too. Last week, obviously, we hit traditional chocolate chip cookie and kind of paired that up very nicely with everything. And this week, we're going to be looking to Germany for our cookie. But believe it or not, you might think we would also be looking to Germany for our beer to match up with the German cookie, but we're not. We'll kind of explain why in connection with that. But what we're going to be matching up this week is we're going to match with the classic German cookie of the Pfeffernuesse. This translates into pepper nuts. Pfeffernusse literally means pepper nuts. And the pepper part of the name comes from the white pepper that is mixed into the dough. And the nut part, just plain simple, I would say because it uses almond meal inside of the dough as well. But some people say that it's because of the almond shape of the cookie. So choose it if it's the almond meal or if it's the almond shape of the cookie, but that's where we get the nut side. So for, again, pepper nut. These are definitely very common cookies in Germany at the holiday season. They're definitely a unique flavor profile to them, and texture altogether, just pure kind of deliciousness. And the flavor profile definitely comes from the aforementioned white pepper, and again the use of almond meal, so it gives a little bit different texture, different flavor that you normally wouldn't get in a regular cookie, which is main things obviously is just sugar, eggs, butter, what have you. But the biggest thing that is going to go into this, and we'll kind of fire up the beer can so you can kind of see, is, and we'll probably butcher this because I don't speak German too well, but it is Lebkuchengewürz, or no, I just butchered that, so we'll kind of show it there. Bring it up a little bit. Again, I think, as I said, it's Lebkuchengewürz. I'm sure if there's anybody from Germany, they can explain to me how it's properly pronounced, but that is my best attempt at to pronounce it. It is a spice. It's a blend of several spices, and it's essential to authentic tasting German cookies. These are our Pfeffernusse cookies. You can see a nice little almond, as we said, little nut style. They're covered in vanilla outside of that blend. And, this spice, it is essential to give that authentic tasting cookie. It's sort of like with snickerdoodles. You need cream of tartar to really make a snickerdoodle. You can improvise, but unless you've got cream of tartar, it's not a real snickerdoodle, at least in my opinion. Same goes here. You could try to find an order through German markets, which can definitely be tough for some people. I took a chance, went through Amazon of all things. A little skeptical, figured place the order for it, try it out, get it. It actually did come in, comes into this. Came from Germany, really from Germany. It's sent, even on the back. We kind of zoom in there a little hard. There we go. You can see definite German writing. Of course, anybody could kind of stick a German label in there. So, but there we go a little bit. I'm going to zoom in. Cookie, not there. Let's have a little bit of difficulty. But it comes in this cool little tin. That nice little cap to it. That cap comes off. It's nice in there. It's definitely a good smell profile, the spices, and if you can't find it, you can make it. It's not that hard. The big smell profile that comes through off of that, it's the main thing. It's mostly cinnamon and cloves. There's a couple other spices that come into it of allspice, coriander, green cardamom, where are my notes here? Ginger, star anise, mace, and nutmeg. Couldn't remember all the stuff that it goes into there. The big thing that I definitely always smell when I open it up is the cinnamon and the cloves, and the nutmeg. There is a link in the video description for how to make your own. It basically is very simple. Like I said, the main two spices are cinnamon and cloves, along with about like half teaspoon mixtures of all the other stuff. Stir it up together, throw it in an airtight container, boom, done. If you can't find it online, if you want to make your own, some people, want to make their own. I opted out because I was trying to track down mace and star anise and other things, had difficulties, so I was able to find it online, went with that. So, as we're going in connection with that, we're going to pair this up. We're going to go to Stone Brewing, and we're going with a winter season beer that they do. And again, I'm going to butcher this because Spanish is not my forte, but is Xocoveza. I know that doesn't look like it. The X is actually pronounced like an SH. So if I pronounce that correctly, it's Xocoveza. Tres leches. This is an imperial stout. Clocks in at 8.5. So again, as we've talked before about imperial stouts, that's going to be on the lower side of that. It's an imperial stout that is inspired by Mexican hot chocolate. And also tres leches cake. This beer, as I've come to find out, was originally entered in Stone Brewing's 2014 American Home Brewer Association sponsored or sanctioned competition. Suffice it to say, this beer won that competition. And it was supposed to be a one-shot deal. That year, Draft Magazine named it a top 25 beer, and after it went away, the public launched a campaign to bring it back. Suffice it to say, Stone Brewing relented, and they've consistently brought this back year after year. As we said, this is a stout. It's inspired again by Aztec hot chocolate, which we are getting. This is brewed with chocolate and coffee, pasilla peppers, vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, combining, and it's going to give us what we're being told from all the reviews and descriptions that I can find out about it. It is coming from, and it's going to provide this creamy, intense flavor profile with a silky, smooth finish to it. This, again, is going to come from, we found this down at State Line Liquor. Not me, actually, my wife found it. She surprised me with a bunch of beers to help fuel for the blog. So we'll hopefully work our way through those in the upcoming weeks. But this is one out of that selection. So, again, it comes from down at State Line Liquors, here on the Maryland-Delaware border. We can find pretty much anything there. As we've talked before, great place. You need it, you can probably find it there. But, the flavor profile to this is exactly why we kind of went to pair it with our Pfeffernuesse cookie. The spice profile, particularly the ginger and what have you. Ginger, while pairs with a lot of things, light beers, such as lagers and pilsners, they're going to be a little too mild from research that I've done to kind of handle the spice profile of the cookie. And IPAs on the other side, the bitterness of the IPA, supposedly when combined with ginger, it's going to kind of end up tasting like soap, and we definitely don't want that in our cookie, in our pairing. The only thing I can think of when it comes to soap at Christmas time, it is our boy Ralphie from Christmas Story, and we don't want that. We don't want to be spitting out our soap off of that. So, with this, I guess I'll get rid of Ralphie there. Don't leave him up there. That's kind of what we want with this. We want a darker full flavored beer to kind of complement and bring out the spices. And most kind of online information that could find A lot of people recommend the Christmas ales. You know, it's again a blending, a mixture of the same type of spices that are in those ales, along with some of the fruit that goes in against it. But we want to kind of go outside of that standard pairing, you know, which, you know, try not to do. You know, if we do, we do. If not, you know, but I had the opportunity to do something completely outside, and it just so happens, you know, looking through the contents, you know, of what goes into this beer, it mashes up very well to the Pfeffernuesse. So we're hoping that obviously there's spices of in there of the cinnamon and the nutmeg will bring out some of the spices of the Lebkuchengewürz. I know I just butchered that again, so don't hold me against it. And obviously the tres leche side, the vanilla and the coffee and the chocolate will hopefully accent out on the vanilla of our cookie. So we'll go ahead and, you know, try to get a little bit of look in there so you can see it's nice, you know, nice thin coat of vanilla that's on there. Nice soft profile, very cake-like type texture to the cookie itself. We'll get our little bottle of spice out there, get that out of the way. Do like the can. The can's very cool on this one. It's a little more colorful, very obviously Aztec inspired onto there. Nice devil horn guy on the front of it. You know, so I always like some interesting cans, bottles, what have you. At one point, they kind of collect those out. Since have not did that because I don't have the space for it, but we'll go ahead and give this a pour. And it's setting up nice. Whoop, 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 whoop. Almost too much. That's a nice dark. Get the smell off of it and see what we get. That's a very good, nice dark head that's to it. Do smell, get the chocolate that's in there. A little bit of coffee smell that's inside of for that. So we'll go ahead, give it a little bit of taste. Just get basically all the head that's in there. So let's get that settled down a little bit. Get it poured out a little bit more. There we go. Ooh. Actually, just got, I think, a little bit of the heat off of the peppers that go into there. In and of itself, that definitely is a good drinking beer. A little bit of a burst on the front side. You know, as we feel it, we do have the roastiness of the coffee and the chocolate that's there. I'm not really getting as much cinnamon popping through on there. Do get a little bit of heat on the backside from the peppers, you know, in connection with that. So we'll go ahead and see if we can hopefully bring out some of the, pardon me, the cinnamon and nutmeg of our beer along with the cookie. So we'll go ahead, pop cookie in, and we'll go take the beer. Do it kind of opposite too. They balance out very well. The Pfeffernusse cookie does not overpower. A very similar blend of profiles, flavor profiles that are in there, and the vanilla from the cookie helps bring out. I do like the little bit of heat that's on the backside. There's a nice warmness to the backside of this beer, which is unique, and to some, you know, it's very smooth. Goes down, you know. We'll take another kind of taste off of it, and it definitely is very smooth. It is silky. It's again nice dark color to it that comes out, and I can't get over. Sorry, the little bit of heat on the backside is very nice. Welcome, kind of I guess like hot chocolate or a nice winter drink, kind of warm you up. So on a nice cold day, that definitely would be a good thing. Kind of warm you from the inside. You know, I do get a little bit more as I drink it a little bit more. that other flavor profile that's inside of there. It definitely is not an overpowering one of that. I get more of the, I guess, a little bit of the coffee. The cinnamon, it does kind of hit you a little bit, So, but mixing the Pfeffernuesse in with the beer, we do get a good balance between the two of them. So, if you can find this from Stone, should be able to. It is a nationwide distribution. It is, as we said, try to put that there somewhere. Get it out of the way. We'll figure it out. There we go. We got it all set up. It is nationwide distribution out there in wintertime. It is something that consistently brew. Definitely recommend, the mixture profile that's in there. It's good. The heat, a little bit of heat, I think kind of adds into that to give you a little bit of kick. After the beer in and of itself definitely stands on its own. Has something smooth. Probably have to pick up a couple more of those. I definitely give that 2 thumbs up, what have you. The cookie matching, again, we're adding, kind of accentuating the flavor profile from both the beer and the cookie that matches in. The vanilla coming in off of the coating mixes very well with the smoothness of the beer itself. So definitely recommend doing it. So, and we'll give it a positive review on it. Again, as we said, I don't think we've really had a bad flavor combination. Sure, one of these that will come up with that. So, and we'll see in the upcoming weeks as we kind of continue going. Maybe add these back in every so often. I think doing cookies, making cookies every week, definitely will not help out the weight profile for the new year. Obviously, everybody wants to lose weight going into the new year, not gain weight. So we'll go with that and we'll see how that goes. But we'll probably try to do this from time to time, add it in, spice it up, add it in a little extra, whether it's cookies or some other type of dessert. I know I've gotten some comments, about mixing in Oreos. Right, some stuff. Oreos seem to mix very well. Obviously, there's a couple different off of that. Maybe bust out some Pepperidge Farm, we'll cheat and get some store-bought, and we'll match those up and see how they match up. But we'll also try to get back to just kind of straight up beer tastings that come in off of that. So, again, I thank you guys for tuning in, and here's to, a good 2022. And we'll go ahead and see, hopefully everything goes well, start off and continue in. And here's to some new beers in the new year. And hopefully you guys stick around, come back, and see out some new stuff that we've got going on. Thanks, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye.